Hello and welcome. My name is Angie Holden and I'm the blogger behind the Country Chic Cottage. Today we are going to make paper bows with a Cricut machine. Now I'm going to choose to make like this style. I'm going to make a couple of different versions of this, many different sizes, couple different file types, but the same basic type of bow with like a couple of loops and the tails hanging down. Are there other types of bows that you can make with your Cricut machine? Absolutely. The basic instructions will be the same. You'll just need to find an SVG file or find a file in Cricut Design Space. That is the type of bow you want to make. But making bows out of paper is fun, easy, and you can use them for parties, decoration, and gifts, so many different things. So first, let's take a look at the supplies we're going to use for this. So you are going to need some paper. So for some of my bows, I'm just going to use like 12 by 12 cardstock. And I'm going to do some with pattern cardstock as well, so you can kind of see what that looks like. And then to make the largest bow possible, I am going to use a 12 by 24 cardstock because I want this to be accessible to make on an Explorer or Maker machine. So I'm going to use this and the 12 by 24 mat for the largest bow. If you have the Cricut Venture, you can make bows that are larger than the ones I'm going to show. And then of course you do need a Cricut mat, and if you have the large paper, you will need the larger mat. And then I do recommend a brayer for getting your material down well on the mat, and then some type of adhesive. I think I'm going to use a dry adhesive. I might switch. Your favorite adhesive for paper is what I would recommend. So I'm in Cricut Design Space and I'm going to show you two different ways and two different versions of bows. Now there are many paper bow files that you can find in Cricut Design Space, on Creative Fabrica, on Etsy, many different places. I'm just going to do two examples. My first example I got from Creative Fabrica, and I went ahead and clicked upload image, and I found the image on my computer. And then I have these two bow files. So this is one example of a bow file, and this version will be one piece. So it will cut as one piece, and then we'll fold it together to make a bow. So let's go ahead and add these to the canvas. Now I have a Creative Fabrica subscription. I found these on Creative Fabrica. They also happen to be within Cricut Design Space. So if you have Cricut Access and want to use them out of Cricut Design Space, you can do that as well. And then also within Cricut Design Space, I can search for paper bow, 3D bow, a variety of things, and get different bow options as well. So we're going to try this version here. And this is actually one that uses two different colors of paper, but I only want this to be one color. So I'm going to ungroup this, and I'm going to delete off the white and just leave the pink. So now I have a bow file that's different from these. This bow file will cut as three different pieces, and then we'll fold and glue these together. Now, one of the benefits of this version with the different pieces is that I can make this larger. So I can make this way larger than I can the one with just one piece. So for example, I am using my Explorer 4 here, and the maximum I can make this is about like 11 by 12 inches cut size. If I want it to fit on a 12 by 12 sheet of paper, we would have to make it slightly smaller. And I am going to make these in several different size varieties. For this version that is three pieces, I am going to duplicate this. And then for both of these, I am going to contour this. And I'm going to remove this from this version. And this version, I'm going to remove these two pieces. And that is so I can make this as big as possible. You do want to make sure that we resize all three of these pieces at the same time. And I'm going to make this about 23.5 inches long. So now this will fit on that 12 by 24 inch paper, and I can use my Explorer or Maker machines to cut this very large bow. And this piece will just cut on a different sheet of paper. So now that I have all of these kind of resized, let's go ahead and click make and see what this is going to look like. I am going to cut this on a mat, and we can see that this first version will basically take up a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. This second version is obviously smaller. Then this version, the first mat, will be this very large bow that will require a huge sheet of paper. And then the second sheet is just the other piece of that bow. So now when you are ready to cut these, we're going to click continue. Go ahead and connect to our machine. And then you do want to set your base material. For all the cardstocks that I am using, I am going to use a medium cardstock setting. So I'm going to go ahead and click the Remember Material Settings box. And then I will load my fine point blade into my machine and go ahead and cut. So let's head to the machine and see how to cut these. For each of these bows, I'm just going to add the cardstock to the mat. And to get the best cuts possible, press it down really, really well. Then I can go ahead and load the mat into the machine and press go to cut. Once the cut's complete, we'll just unload the mat. When you're working with paper, you want to go ahead and flip the mat over and peel the mat back from the material. And some of these might have thin pieces, so just go carefully. And then I have my bow piece cut. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the pieces for the rest of these, and then we'll look at assembling them. First, we have this version, and it will look something like this when you're done. Now there's two different versions of this, one with the small loop at the bottom, one with the small loop at the top. All right, so for this, what I like to do is just start with just some dry adhesive in that center, and then fold these in first. So both loops in about halfway, so you have some room for these on the opposite side. Again, about halfway. And then all three there. And I'm just gonna kind of hold those just a second. And then this top piece is what covers everything up, and it is going to stick to the bottom. So I'm gonna turn it over. I'm gonna put some adhesive kind of towards the bottom of this back portion. Then flip the bow over and take this, wrap it around, and stick it to the back. Now I kind of like this to stick up a little bit, so I'm not crushing it in the front to hold it. I'm actually going under the loop to hold it into place for just a minute. And then this version of the bow is done. I'm going to show you several different varieties of this in a minute, but let's assemble the other version of this bow. This is the version with all the pieces. It is going to look something like this when we are done assembling it. So again, I'm going to start with the loops themselves. Now this version is my big bow, so I'm probably going to use quite a bit of adhesive here. Just going to, again, I just like to start with the loops, bring those in to the center, bring the loops, top loops in to the center. You can add more adhesive if it's kind of going to overlap, because I think I'm going to overlap that just slightly. Just give it more room to stick. All right, and again, hold it just a few seconds. And then this piece for the center is actually wider at the center portion. That's the top. So this will go here, and it wraps around both sides. So we're going to have to flip this bow over and add quite a bit of adhesive to the back here. Then we'll flip it back over. Then you have this bigger portion in the center, and the two ends wrap around and will adhere to this back. Again, if you don't want this to be flat, then go underneath with your hands to hold everything together. I kind of smushed this version, but it still doesn't look bad. So I think you're okay if you smush this a little bit. All right, and now we need to add the tails to this one. So we'll just add quite a bit of adhesive here, add the bow, and just press down, making sure everything is stuck really well. And this version of the bow is complete. So there is another version. So this is a pretty large one, and this was about as large as I was able to make with the Explorer or the Maker. Okay, here are all the varieties that I made. So this was the largest I was able to make a bow with my Explorer machine. This version is the 3-piece bow, and I cut it out of 12 by 24 cardstock using the 12 by 24 mat. So keep that in mind. The 1-piece bow, this pink version, is actually the largest I was able to cut. You might get it a little larger, but this was the largest I could cut out of a 12 by 12 sheet of paper. You could go just a little bit larger and it would be like 12.5 inches or something. So if you wanted to buy the bigger paper size, you could do that. But it's not gonna get a ton bigger than this size. So while the one-piece bow, I feel like it's easier to assemble, it's cut in one piece, I really like it. If I want those big bows, I'm going to go with a 3-piece version. All right, and then I did some different pattern cardstock. So for cardstock that is just one color, I like cardstock that is the same color on the front and the back for a single monochrome color bow. So the pink, this small purple, as well as this brighter pink is cut out of cardstock that is the same on the back as well as the front. When you get into specialty cardstocks, sometimes they are one color on the front and a different color on the back. Say like a holographic might be holographic on the front, white on the back, glitter on the front, white on the back. What happens when you use those types of cardstocks? So here are 3 different examples. This version was cut using the 3-piece file. These 2 were cut with the 1-piece file. So this version has big hearts on the front, small hearts on the back. This version has a large stripe on one side, small stripe on the other. Now I will say this was also a linear pattern, very linear. This one is as well, and I wanted to do it so you could kind of see what a linear pattern does. And then this one is 2 different colors. So it was green on the front and it had this floral on the back when I cut it. So on the 3-piece bow, I could control things a little bit better. So the back side of my cardstock flips over and it makes these loops. And then I could control if I wanted the small or the large hearts on this piece as well as this piece. So I could flip them over and decide what I wanted to do with this. So I feel like it worked a little bit better with cardstock that is double-sided if both sides are different. Because let's say for instance this one, which is that 1-piece file, I flipped it over and I have this floral here. I can see the green on the inside of the loops, but the green is also showing on my tails. And there's really nothing I can do about that with this 1-piece file. The 1-piece file was used for this version as well. And again, there's nothing I can do about which of the stripes is facing up. I just have to fold it in and hope for the best. Now, for this one, you can see it was linear, and I put the lines horizontal when I cut this paper. And when you flip these loops over, you can see that it's no longer like a linear pattern. So it's going to change the pattern as well. So keep that in mind when you're using patterned cardstock for this. But otherwise, just have fun making some cute paper bows. All right, so you saw my results. Let's talk glue. So I tried several different dry adhesives off camera, and there's a lot of pulling with this bow in the center because the paper wants to flatten back out. So if I was making these and I wanted to ensure that nothing was going to move, I would probably grab my glue gun. I'm just going to be honest. I would probably grab my hot glue gun and glue these together. I will link to some dry adhesives below. You could also use a paper glue, but when you're using the dry adhesive, the paper glue, you're going to have to hold down longer to make sure everything is really good and stuck before you move to the next step. With hot glue, obviously, you hot glue it, you hold it down for just a few seconds, it's cool enough where it'll hold, and you can just continue on. So I feel like it will be a faster method and more reliable with these. So probably the trickiest part of these bows is the type of glue you want to use, and then you just need to decide like how big are you going to make your bow, what different file are you going to use, the paper that you use, is it going to be a double-sided paper or have a pattern, and therefore you need to consider like how you're going to put it on your mat and which file will work best with that patterned paper. If you want to make a bow out of something like a glitter cardstock or a holographic cardstock, I would definitely recommend that 3-piece bow, and that way you could turn as much of that white to the inside as possible, or to the back, so inside or back. So I would definitely recommend playing with different file types because obviously it gave me different results. And the end result of these bows is not that much different, right? So it's a bow with 2 loops and some tails, not that much different, but the 1-piece file versus the 3-piece file definitely had some differences. So hopefully this helps you if you want to make some paper bows for any event or add to a gift, whatever you want to use your paper bows for. I hope this helps you. Now, if you have any questions, concerns, drop down in the comment section, ask away. If you like this video and it helped you, give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't already, head on over to my YouTube channel, hit that subscribe button. I have videos just like this one every single week, and trust me, you don't want to miss any of those. So thank y'all so much for joining me, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.